Well, hello, Dr. Stanley here, recording out in the garage today. and I want to talk to you today about depression. What if you're a Christian and you're depressed? What does that mean? Do you think that depression is just some kind of a sad emotion that comes over you and there's nothing you can do about it? Do you think that depression is just that you have no control over it? That it just comes over you and grips you and takes you until it releases you? You just have to stay depressed. Well, I'm here to tell you that although some types of depression are very severe, okay, but let me tell you what depression is. Depression is when you fixate on a hopeless situation. It's a fixed hopelessness. Okay? When your mind and your heart consistently and continually dwells and focuses, and you're completely just immersed in how hopeless your situation is, and how hopeless things are, and how things can't change, and you're actually believing that things won't change. Things are bad, and they always will be, and nothing's ever going to get better. Then you become depressed, right? So how can you overcome depression? Well, let me explain it to you like this. Now, the first series of videos I did, I think it was 1 through 8, kind of lays the framework for finding truth and finding reality, okay? And you must have the idea and the understanding of the difference between your flesh and your spirit. Listen, your flesh doesn't just do bad things and bad deeds, okay? Your flesh is also full of lies, okay? And it will fixate on hopeless situations and become depressed, all right? And your flesh will believe that things are wrong and bad, and it just has a feeling like things are not okay. Or you could have the manic variety of flesh and feel like everything is great and amazing, and you're in a pretend world that everything is perfect, and it's not. Whatever the case, your flesh is in non-reality, all right? The only hope to find strength and love and truth and reality is finding the Spirit of God, okay? And the Spirit of God is in you if you're a Christian. Okay, if you've given your life to Jesus and you've trusted Him completely to save you, and you've put everything into His hands, okay, and you're looking to Him, you've become born again and you're a Christian, and your spirit now has been joined to Christ's Spirit. You're one spirit with Him, and now you have a different place to go besides the hopeless fixation of your flesh, the non-real imaginations and emotions, the delusions, okay, that your mind and your emotions produce that are just simply not based in reality. Let me read you a verse here out of the Bible. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. Paul says, "Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstance I am." Now, are all circumstances easy? No, not at all. And sometimes, if we're all honest, sometimes it's easier to trust the Lord than other times, right? When things are going great and the sun is shining on you and you got a little money in your bank account and you're not sick or in pain, it's a little easier to trust the Lord. But it shouldn't be, because even when things are hard and difficult, we must learn the secret that Paul's talking about here. Look in verse 12. He goes on, "I know how to get along with humble means, and I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret," wow, "of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need." This is incredible. This is a mature Christian, okay? An immature Christian is tossed, right, by circumstances. If the sun's not out and it's a sad day and it's raining and bad things have happened to you and you're suffering and out of money or whatever, and your friends have accused you and abandoned you, then you're sad and depressed. Well, we have to learn, like Paul said, the secret. And what is the secret? It's Christ in you. Learning to find the truth of Jesus inside of you and being able to get in touch with the Spirit of God. Listen, Jesus is not depressed. Jesus is not sad and lonely. Jesus is full of hope. Jesus is full of joy. He's full of strength. He's full of power. He's full of love and kindness, even in the middle of difficult circumstances, even in the middle of suffering, even in the middle of loss. So your job is to learn to walk after the Spirit, especially when you're depressed and you have a fixation on a hopeless situation. You have to learn to find the Spirit. Now, it's better to learn to find the Spirit when you're not depressed so that you can learn the mechanism, learn the dynamic of how this works. And I've talked about how to do that in the video that talks about how a Christian can walk after the Spirit, not the flesh. But I'm telling you that all of life hinges on how to walk after God's Spirit. Because if you're trying to walk after the flesh and find happiness and joy in the peace of God, it's not going to work. So, check out the other videos, especially the first series, 1 through 8, and we'll see you on the next video.